fading out, but I just wanted to mention I did talk to Evan W9ZAW on text message last night for first time in a long time. So
Evan's alive.
Yeah, he's alive, and
Good.
I think the world's kicking him in his ass. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's been a hard year. 2025 sucked. I don't know if it sucked for you, but it sucked for me.
Yeah, 2020. Everyone, I think since like 2018, everybody's been saying, "Man, this year's been shit. It can't get any worse."
I don't know. I think 2021 was pretty good. A lot less. All right, we'll go live, but a lot less.
Oh, we're already live.
Are we really? Sorry about that.
No.
Yeah. I didn't drop any like N words or R words or any of all that, right?
I don't think you did. You drop them so often, I'm so used to it. So yeah. Well, we're just killing a few minutes anyways because YouTube always likes to stick a unskippable ad right when these things start. So yeah. I kind of hit the live button while Greg and I were just BSing. I don't think we've talked in a video chat like this for probably 2 months now. It's been a while.
I think it's been since that multi-tool video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always hit you up and I'm like, come on, Shane, let's chat. And you're like, buzz off.
I got better things to do.
Yeah.
Well, you've been missing in action a lot too lately, so
yeah.
But whatever. At any rate, to everybody who has nothing better to do but to watch this live stream, thanks for joining us. I'm Shane, and we got Greg over there.
Yeah. We call it Jake and the Fat Guy. Jake, what was it called? Jake and the Fat Man?
Oh, yeah. Oh, crap, yeah.
You remember that? I don't know.
Oh,
you might be too young, Shane.
I remember that reruns.
Yeah. You're older than I am. I'm just teasing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's turn on the... All these settings got changed around. Hey, Chris is joining us. How you doing, Chris? Hope you're staying warm.
We're posting this on Scout Life and 75.
Yeah, I am on both channels because these portable power stations are kind of a good camping gear and all around stuff like that. So
good deal. I'm gonna go to your 75 channel so I can see the chats. There's not too much in Scout Life, so.
Oh yeah.
It might pop. Is there a way I can see it pop up in
StreamYard? If you just click on the comments.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yep, all the comments will be there. All right. So we've been talking about nothing for 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Should we dive into the topic at hand?
Oh, maybe we should do any do you get any good deals for Black Friday or Cyber Monday?
Not really.
You didn't go shopping?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
Well, we can go into that later.
Okay. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dennis, for being a Buy Me a Coffee member. Like always.
Yep. Dennis is the man. He supports everybody. And then also I'm going to be pushing more next month when the fundraising year kicks over again is the push the 46 climbs thing that I'm involved with a little bit more. So there's a little reminder for that. But yeah, I don't do much on Buy Me a Coffee. I go in spurts, but Dennis with the call sign Adam, who used to have a fantastic podcast, but he doesn't do it anymore because he's busy. Great dude. Met him
Yeah,
at
good.
Huntsville.
I think you actually asked. You did the podcast, right, Scout?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he sent it over to me and Norm, and we said, "No, thanks. Thanks for doing it, but we don't have nothing to talk about."
Yeah.
Like, but he's so good. Dennis is so good at doing a
Oh, he
podcast.
is.
He can make it flow. If you
Mhm.
suck, he'll make it good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, he's really good as an interviewer because like I said, he knows how to keep the flow going. He doesn't overtalk his guest. He just says enough to get them going and
Yeah.
make sure that they're the main event. So that's
Yeah.
always cool.
He's kind of like the Shane of the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Like he just keeps
Yeah.
the conversation going, right?
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Texas Shane, not Scout Shane.
Yeah, yeah, Texas Shane.
All right. So
Let's get it rolling.
let's get it rolling. I thought I'd talk about the off the shelf power stations. They become very popular in the last few years. A lot of the ham tubers are showcasing them, and then on the camping and survival side of things and general preparedness, they're popular. I think the first brand that I came aware of was like Jackery.
Yeah, Jackery was
Mm-hmm.
one of the OGs. They actually have those at Harbor Freight.
Yep.
Like
Yep. But
that's how popular they are.
yeah, yeah. But Jackery, Opus. I mean, there's a ton of brands here. I don't even want to start listing them all off. Um, and I want to do this on the portable ham radio side of things because uh, obviously power supplies is very important for us, especially us portable guys that like to play in the field. Powering up your radio and all your accessories, your tuners if you have a separate tuner, or laptops for logging or doing digital comms, that kind of stuff, blah blah blah, needs power. And generally speaking, in the ham radio world, everything's 12 volts, or most of it is, so you can just use a battery. But you know some of the advantages of the power stations make things better, especially like long-term stuff, where I'm not talking like doing a quick get 10 contacts and leave, parks on the air activation or something. I'm thinking more of like a field day or an emergency where you're out there for an unknown amount of time. These power stations have some advantages because not only is a battery, but most of them have a built-in charge controller that you can hook up solar panels to. They have inverters, so you can run, besides DC, you can run 110, 120 volt AC to power other things. Has a lot of practicality into it. So obviously the pros of that is that they're no fuss plug and play devices. If in the ham world, it's for the appliance operators like myself, where you're not building your own stuff. You buy these things, they just plain work. What I found out with the ones I have is they have an app for your phone, which at first I thought that's nice, but what's the point of it? It's a battery, but you can do some pretty cool things with that, which I can get into in a little later. Well, I'll get into it right now since I'm talking about it. It not only will show you on your phone like the power level that you're on, but you can do a whole bunch of settings on them. Far as you can basically run automations on them where you can have the thing plugged in or connected to a generator, so that when the battery level gets down to 20% or 15%, it'll either start shutting things down that you determine by which outputs it's going to turn off, or you can have it kick in shore power or a generator power to bring the battery up to the level that you want. So it's kind of cool. Other thing is that they're professional looking and very durable construction. I know a lot of us, Greg, you got me going on, is building the Harbor Freight style.
The patchy cases.
Yep. The patchy case battery boxes or the ammo can ones, which work great, but they're
Oh yeah, that was our buddy Evan W9ZAW.
Mm-hmm.
Posted those videos. He had one on a channel. He did a few videos, and he's been out of it for quite a while. But you know, he's the one that he looks that stuff up and told me about it, and he gave me a lot of support on it. Like, hey, how you doing these? And like, gave me some information on these like crimping connectors and stuff like that, and like stuff I never knew about. I was just kind of doing the old school, like prongs and crimping, all that stuff. But, he had some new stuff he gave me, and man, since then I've been on them for a long time.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool. And then these store-bought power stations, and their pro is that they're expandable and modular. Some of them will have like matching additional battery units that will just plug into them.
And then solar power. Just plug right in, and you don't have to do the conversions, all that stuff on your own.
Right.
It does it for you, correct?
Yeah, it has the solar charger built in, so you literally just plug in a solar panel into the back of the thing. It's taken care of. You can plug in a 12-volt battery and it'll charge off of it. You can plug in, your gas or propane or diesel powered generator and it charges. So it gives you a lot of options. So then some of the cons is, they're expensive. Maybe. I put maybe in parentheses because us hams are cheap or frugal, if you want to be polite. And you look at the sticker price of these things and you're like, I can make something cheaper than that. And you get back to what I was showing here. You build the battery box of a Apache case or an ammo box or some other type of a container. And yeah, you can save a few bucks by, getting a lithium iron phosphate battery on your own and finding an inverter and a charge controller. And maybe if you piece them out, you may be able to save some bucks. Or, like a lot of us have, we got leftover stuff from other projects where you cannibalize stuff from other projects where you pull an inverter off of this thing or a charge controller or that thing. So are you saving money? Maybe. But for the common person that doesn't want to be a maker or a tinker, it's that extra cost may not be that big of a deal. And then you get to the nitpicky things where the options will not be tailored exactly to your wants and needs, as far as how many DC outputs you have and AC outputs. And, like a lot of them will use, us hams, we like the Anderson power poles. I find those are far and few between standard connections on these devices. A lot of them are like the cigarette plug or the barrel plug for 12 volts or stuff like that. So
yeah, and then you have to convert, splice it and put your own Andersons on it. Not too big of a deal.
No, but it'd be slicker if you could, have it exactly to what you want. But it's a mass-produced item. Nothing's ever exactly going to be able to get everybody. And then probably the biggest thing,
and they're kind of they're kind of putting these things out there, not for the ham radio guy.
Exactly.
They're putting them out there for the people. It's like, hey, your power goes out. We could charge your laptop. We could charge your phones.
Mm-hmm.
We're not running a refrigerator or anything like that. But
right.
Hey, you want to put, you can plug a fan into it.
Yep. It's for people that want some for power outages, and then the outdoorsy type people that do a lot of camping and stuff. These things are extremely popular for people like us that do a little bit of car camping, or if you got a small trailer or something. We're a digital world now where everyone brings their laptops or tablets with camping for entertainment and stuff, because you're still watching YouTube or Netflix or whatever at the campsite. So having power like that is nice. But the one final con, which I think is kind of a big one, is they're not very repair or modification friendly, where if something goes wrong with this little battery box that I built, I can just literally flip a few latches, open it up, and replace a USB connector that went bad, or a Anderson power pole thing that's bad, or switch out an inverter or something like that. So with the store-bought ones, if something goes wrong, then it's pretty much sent it back for a warranty type thing.
Yeah. So I have not bought one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an easy thing to do. They're not too expensive. Depends what you're looking for, right?
Right.
I'm personally, I'm just charging stuff. It's just kind of a charge box.
Mm-hmm.
Put my radio into it, charge my cell phone, charge an iPad, or plug in a fan in my tent, if I'm getting a little hot. I'm not doing anything super crazy. I'm not trying to recharge it. I could recharge it. I'd get a good enough battery to just spend a weekend, charge it before I go out on the trip from the house, on the battery charger, and I'm good to go. But I know there's other things we could do about it, and I'm sure you're gonna let us know. So,
well, maybe, I don't know. So here on this slide, I just showed an example of one that I have. And I gotta disclaim, I'm not saying this is the best or one that you should look at. It just happens to be one that I do have, so I can speak about it. Um, and as a disclaimer, there are many good options out there. This one I did purchase with my own money, and I've used it long enough to have an honest opinion on it. So that's why it's here. I'm not trying to sell them.
What brand was it?
It's EcoFlow.
Okay.
I have two different models of the EcoFlow. I have this one, the River 3, which is a very crappy picture, but I took it yesterday when I put this together, and it's dark out when I get home, so you gotta live with it. And then I also have a Delta, which is a larger one. But this model right here, and this is a very crappy picture, I realize that, folks, but bear with me. It's a very small device. I would have it here on display, except for you see this little green dot. I have a incubator plugged into it right now on this very bad picture, where you could. I have on this ball, I have two 110 volt, 120 volt AC connections on it. I have my incubator plugged into that right now because this time of year the power does go out a little bit, like it did last week. We had our first snowstorm and power went out for a few hours, so make sure that incubator keeps running.
So your incubator is not running off of it, right? You're kind of using it as like an APC or whatever battery backup.
Yep. Yeah. It's plugged into it. Man, I should have much better pictures here. The power station itself is plugged into the wall outlet on the counter here on the kitchen counter. And yeah, like you said, it's being used as a battery backup. So let's talk about this size model. It's very small, very portable. It has AC and DC outputs. It has two standard American size AC plugs. In the center, it has two USB-A and a USB-C port. And over here, you can't really see it, but it has the cigarette plug style 12-volt port and then the barrel style connector.
Yeah, that's kind of a funny thing, the cigarette outlet, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing anymore. In any vehicle I've owned, well, other than my 78, you know, they still have that outlet on there.
Yeah.
It doesn't come with the cigarette plug, right?
Right. Yeah, the outlet's still there. The actual old school cigarette lighter isn't in there. I mean, like the last couple vehicles I have, you know, you don't even have ashtrays in them anymore.
Yeah, my we have an 06 Silverado. Great condition. And my son's gonna be driving this year. And it's got an ashtray, but all he knows that is the change tray. You know, that's where you put your loose change. You know, when you come out of the store, you store your change in there.
Oh man, I think some of my younger friends, like and like my nieces and stuff, would just flip out to see some of my old vehicles where, like, in the back seat on the door of the armrest, there'd be a little flip up.
Oh yeah,
ashtray on the back seat on each door.
Oh yeah, my mom had a Chrysler LeBaron, and it had even my buddy, like in like the late 90s, old Cadillacs. They had each door had their own cigarette lighter input. You know, where you could push it in.
Yeah,
like there was a cigarette lighter and an ashtray.
Yeah,
and those higher end cars.
Oh yeah, they were fat. You didn't share the cigarette lighter.
Yeah,
each had their own.
Yeah, I need to smoke, but you know, is one another funny thing too is you know, where I work, you know, at a grocery store, there's a hotel across from us, and some lady older lady was staying at the hotel, and she came over. She's like, do you guys sell books of matches? And I'm like, I don't know where you can buy a book of matches, you know. But I'm like, I was like, hotels used to give you a book of matches, you know what I mean? You get she's like, I remember that, but they don't give those out anymore.
Oh, you'd walk into the hotel room and there'd be 2 books of matches by the ashtray on the end table of the bed.
I actually have like a old like Planters peanut jar full of hotel books, match books, you know. That I got from my grandpa when you know he was moving out. I'm like, I'm keeping these. So,
God, this is funny how we went to smoking in cars and matchbooks and old school. I was talking to a guy to my, and he's a few years older than me, and you know, back then both his parents smoked and everything, and he remembers when he was a little kid. This is like, you know, mid-70s, back when the disposable lighter first came out, you know, because, you know, in the early 70s, 60s, and before, you lit your cigarette with like a Zippo lighter or an expensive lighter, or use a book of matches. And he says, well, we weren't exactly rich, so Dad never could have, you know, he didn't have a Zippo or anything, so he always used matches. He goes, he remembers the first time his dad bought a Bic lighter at the gas station. because then all of a sudden, a lighter's pretty cheap. He said he's driving down the road, puts in a cigarette, takes out his brand new Bic lighter, lights his cigarette for the first time, and then with muscle memory, he just threw the lighter out the window. He saw you just light up a match and just throw the match out the window.
Yeah, I actually remember that's great, but it just reminded me as being a child at my dad's house, and he would keep a old school pack of matches on the back of the toilet. So whenever you'd go number 2, he'd just say strike a match. That's instead of doing like now they have the poopery and all that weird shit, right?
Yeah.
You strike a match and you walk in there, it smells like
Yeah.
I still love the smell of a match.
All right. Well, let's get back on track. All right. So this guy, and there's many models like this. We went over. It's got your 120, 110 AC plugs.
So the size of that, Shane, I'm kind of curious looking at how's that compared to your 991A or whatever, 991A. Is it pretty similar size or is it a little bit bigger?
This thing? Oh, it's a lot smaller.
Oh, okay. So sitting on the desk there, it kind of looks like a pretty close to the size of a HF radio.
Oh no, I wish I could zoom in on this thing. Sitting right in front of it here, that blackness, that's a headlamp that I have plugged in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, and then sitting behind it is a GMRS radio and stuff. So
yeah, so it's a little smaller.
Yeah, it's that big. It's tiny.
Nice.
So and then of course, obviously you can plug it into AC power. It has that yellow style DC connector that I had the plug sitting here. Just like you were talking about before, we have to make a little adapter. That's the adapter I have for it because all my stuff is Anderson power poles.
Oh, so you already did that.
Yep, so I already did that. I just had that sitting there. So with that, I plug that in. It goes into a charge controller, so I could just plug in a solar panel or any other DC source, another lithium iron phosphate battery or a car battery or whatever I have. So and I bring up the surprisingly useful app again. Like I said, I could use this not only for emergencies, but you can just use it for power management throughout your day. Say you live in a place where you get charged different rates during peak power and whatnot. I can have this thing plugged in to, say, like my refrigerator even, and that thing's obviously not going to run my refrigerator all day long, but I'll run it for an hour or two. So I could have this thing programmed to, when I get into a time frame where it's the higher rate for power, it runs off this battery and not the AC power of my house. And then when rates go down, it'll switch to the AC power, recharge the battery while it charges or runs the refrigerator and stuff like that. So
and how does it know how to do that? You program it?
Yep. You program it in. You can set it up to charge stuff on time, so you can do it like overnight when the rates are lower.
This is where this new technology kind of replaces that Jackery type box that was just the original ones that were just a few years old.
Yeah.
So it's just getting more complicated but better to it. Right?
Yeah, exactly, as that double-edged sword. In fact, this EcoFlow brand, they have a gas generator that's, if you plug into these things, they'll talk to each other. so you can set it up at that too, where when the battery gets down to 30%, 10%, 12%, whatever you want, the generator automatically kicks in and charges up the battery to a level that you want. And then to double that, you can also have solar panels hooked up on it too. So if it's sunny out, the solar is keeping the battery topped off. If it's not sunny out, the fuel generator will kick in and recharge it. And you can have it set to keep it to a certain level so you're not running the generator so much. And if there's still some sun coming in. So there's a lot of flexibility on these things. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
And then and we talked before, using it as a battery backup, it has the less than 20 microseconds switchover, so you can be running, more sensitive equipment like a laptop or something like that on this thing. Power goes out, it will keep your laptop going without making it reboot or shut down or anything. So it's kind of cool.
So to charge it up, so you mentioned you could charge it with solar, right?
Yep.
What's the main? Is it AC? Charge it up?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no real main. It's whatever you want to use.
So like with my my Apache case batteries, I get a battery charger, right?
Yep.
That can you just plug it into the wall at your house and charge it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good thing about it too, right?
Yep.
I can't do that to my, without building other adapters and DC to AC conversion stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. It kind of goes back to the original back to it where it's no fuss, plug and play device. I mean, you could build something like this for sure. Well, I can't, but a lot of the more maker type people can definitely build something like this. But can they make something that compact and that sleek and professional looking? It's going to be wires hanging out and duct tape and solder all over the place.
Yeah.
But hey, if that gets the job done, it gets the job done.
It's clean and user friendly, and
yeah.
So the thing about it, batteries have they have a lifespan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, the battery's not going to you're going to be charging it more than you're getting output for, right?
Right.
Put more input to the output, right? Have you noticed any cycle differences where it's like?
I haven't yet, but I haven't noticed that with like my lithium batteries I bought for ham radio, where I haven't noticed a
huge drop off.
Yeah.
It's not like like your iPhone. Within a year or two, you'll notice that you're charging it more than you used to, right?
Right. But I think devices like this, like with your lithium iron phosphate batteries, will I notice a difference 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Yeah, but a year or two, probably not. And it also depends on how much you use it too.
Right. And
then also, as much of a gear junkie as I am I going to word this thing out, or is a year? What's more likely to happen is 3 years from now, something that's way more powerful, way more capable, and cheaper will be out, and I'll just replace it, just like your iPhone or your Android phone.
Yeah, and you just check it in the dump.
Yep. It's rarely that we get everything out of the complete life cycle of the device before we upgrade it to something else. So yeah, back to the slide. This thing is, this slide is great for just your general portable power needs and camping. It's very portable, not too big. I even use this doing stuff around the house, out on, not in the house, but out in the yard and out where I'm working with power tools, like the cordless drills and stuff, where I have this out there so where I can be charging the drill batteries and not running back and forth to the house to switch things around. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool. So to tie it back in with the ham radio and field uses, and here's the other one I have. This is the Delta model, which is, as you can see, is quite a bit bigger. I have my 12-volt fridge plugged into it, and I'm charging a GMRS radio on top of it.
Oh, okay, that's what that is. It's kind of small on my screen.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I could probably make this bigger. I thought it kind of looked to me like you had a mag mount antenna stuck to it. I'm like, that's awesome. But yes, I see it now.
Yeah, again, this is a rush thing. But you brought up this point too, with standard controls and simple to use for anybody. That is one of the beauty of these things and this is where I said it's a great field day option. And when I say field day, I also mean special events, emergencies, any type of training type stuff that you're doing with portable radio. It's nice because anybody could use these things. If anybody in your group or around you or a passerby says, "Hey, I need to charge this phone," or "Can I plug this my laptop with the AC power into something?" You point them to this, and it's like you don't need to do anything more than point them to that. They just go over, plug in, away they go. Where you make some of your own contraptions, and it's like, okay, before you plug it into there, you got to push this switch and you turn this lever and all that stuff. It's very user friendly. When you're doing field day and type stuff, like I alluded to earlier, you're more prone or more likely to be running other accessories that are AC powered versus just DC powered. So having that flexibility is around. And it's great that you can charge it by grid power, solar, a generator, or another battery to keep it going. It's very useful. And then the one thing that I like, a lot of people, I've seen this discussion a few times. People are saying, we've had this discussion on other things where they're like this or that, where it's like you get the solar generators or you get a real fuel generator. And in my opinion, get one for sure, but if you can eventually get both because they work well together. Where if you just have this device, you're limited on the power. If you don't have, and if you have, grid power to charge it up, well, that's great. But then why aren't you just running on grid power to begin with? If you're out without grid power, you got this battery and you got the life of the battery, and then you're done unless you have solar or another generator. And solar will get you by a little bit, but it's not going to be sustainable unless you're out in the desert or something.
Yeah.
Or the alternative is just to have the fuel generator and have that thing running and making a lot of noise, both RF noise and audible noise, and costing you money, the fuel. You use a combination and you run off that power station as much as you can. When it gets down, then you hook up the generator and you charge it up. You get everything out of the generator at that time, because if you just have like your a battery that's running your radio plugged into the generator or just whatever, your fridge, a lot of that energy that generator's using is just wasted, where you're capturing it all by putting it into that battery. So you use the two to augment each other and get the most out of them. Any thoughts on that, Gregory?
Yeah, I got some thoughts, but I shouldn't talk about them here on your show. Not about batteries. Kind of more and less about you.
Oh yeah, it's always about me.
But no, I'm curious about these things, and I haven't spent the money on them, and I know they're getting better. I'm seeing the videos on these things, and the thing is, how simple they are, right? It's just like, hey, if you're just doing a weekend camp trip, this is going to do everything it'll charge your phones, your tablets. It'll support what your family thing is.
Yeah.
But then you get into, emergencies, right?
Right.
Shit hits the fan, right? That's what we're talking about, emergencies, right?
Yep.
End of the world stuff, right? EMP, all this bull crap, right?
Yeah.
That's the good stuff.
Now we're talking.
Right? So it's what we're talking about, like what those things you have are pretty awesome. It has all the connections you need, right? You can plug a refrigerator into it. It's got, you can plug in, a barrel connector. You can plug in USB, USB-A, USB-C, all that stuff. It's everything anybody ever needs, right?
Right.
So I'm looking over here. There's Kitty Cat.
The Shacking Cat. I haven't seen her for a long time. I was afraid to ask if she was still around.
Yeah, she's sitting here pissing me off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I got her a brand new bed. Her last bed, she threw up in it. That's her fault, right? There you go, kitty.
Could be.
There it is. Everybody, this is peanut butter cup and stuff. Look at her. And she loves daddy.
Yeah.
That's all the loving I can give her, you know what I mean?
Just enough to keep her coming back, right?
Yeah, but she threw up in her bed and I had to get her a new one. And she likes it. She's fine. But anyways, I was trying to, come back here on this old school shelf.
Yep.
To find the little Apache case.
Yep.
So I think, me and you kind of did some discovering with Apache cases, right? So all this is Anderson power pole in and out, right? So I could charge it.
Digging you.
Yeah. Yep. So this is not even like, what's this? You can buy this off of Amazon. But what's this? Who makes this? Do you remember the company?
I don't know. Is it PowerWorks?
Yeah, PowerWorks makes one. I don't buy those. They're too rich for my blood.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I buy these 3D printed ones.
Okay.
Off eBay, and they're like $12 or something, right?
Oh, okay.
But they don't come with the power poles. You put those in there yourself, right?
Right.
So I charge it through the Anderson, and I plug my radio into it, and then I have USB, right?
Yep. That's all you need.
And then it's got a power button here where I turn it on. Let's see if it's charged. Should be.
Oh, you better be, or else you're on the wrong channel, my son.
It's not charged. It was charged. This is one piece I need to redo because it's probably charged, but it's kind of like a pressure button.
Oh yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah.
So sometimes it stays on when it's not.
Yeah.
But if I open it up, all it is 8 amp hour Miata battery in there with the wires. And it's like I could probably put 2 of those in here, right?
Right.
Tie them together.
All right.
That's an easy one.
Time out. Let me, because I got the same size case.
It looks bigger in your hands. I don't know.
Well, that's because I'm closer to the camera, and you're like 3 times bigger than I am too.
Yeah.
You're like Andre the Giant size. Yes, the 1800. I did things a little different. I got a connector on either side, and here's the logic behind that. Because here, I got the Anderson power poles.
Oh, you got duals.
Yep. Because why not?
Yeah. I don't have that FU money like you do, you know?
Well, here's the deal.
I gotta get the singles.
All right, here's the deal. I bought the PowerWorks one.
Yeah.
And the double is the exact same price as the single. So why the hell would I buy the single?
Does it come with the connectors in there, or do you have to put those in there?
Yeah. And as you can see, this is where I screwed up and my drill bit walked on me. So this one.
Yeah, that's everybody's.
Yeah. So I have them on opposite sides as my USB because my logic is, and let me get us both on camera because it just looks weird. My logic is
there's the cat.
I can put my radio on top.
Hey, cat, quit scratching. That's my couch. Quit scratching. I'm going. Stop it. Stop it. Get in there. Get in your bed. She's scratching the leather. Stop it. She just started this shit today. There you go. Get in there. Come on. Come on. All right.
Oh, this is why we have fun. All right, so my logic is I can put my radio on top of this. Power comes out the back of the radio. So it plugs in here. So that's all the way. And then I got this style a connector. I showed this to you before.
I like that one.
Yep. Where it's USB-C and A. It's just got a normal on and off button here. And then on the outside is a gauge that will show you the voltage you have. And I can't run it because there ain't a battery in it anymore. This is one of my projects where I repurposed the battery.
Yeah, you're I think that was one we used when we did the Amfest in 2024 or whatever, right?
Yeah, because that battery is in this kit here for
oh sweet.
For the 708 or 706 or whatever that is.
Yeah, 7 something.
An icon. So I gotta repurpose everything. All that thing was just sitting there.
Look at that stupid cat. It's pissing me off. No, that's my guitar.
The shacking cat.
Yeah. What we'll tell these guys. My shack's in a barn. But don't scratch it. Don't. She's scratching the hell of it, right? She just started this. Did you hear her hissing at me?
Yeah.
She's mean. Get down.
I think that was cat for don't tell me what to do.
God damn. She's getting nuts. She's never done this to me, guys.
Oh.
She's usually pretty nice, kitty. Come on, kitty. I think she's getting cold and she's getting cooped up. She's tired. She wants to go Wonderland, right?
Yeah. Getting a little cabin fever is what she's getting.
Yeah. She's been in the barn trying to stay warm. I lock her in. She wants to go see the donkeys across the street and the horses. She wants to go catch mice.
But she wants to live a cat life and you're cooping her down.
Cat Life 75. We'll make our own channel. Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's we were talking about something before your cat distracted us.
Yeah, it's probably battery boxes. Here's my first one.
Yep.
I ever made, right? And I've made some changes, so get your own tags, right? From what is it? Ham Crazy?
Ham Crazy.
Yep. You can do whatever you want. Shaq and Greg, K9MEG. Put your own stuff. I keep these in here because this is my barn. Yep, that's it. I got them on all my. They make them for Apache cases and like they'll make them for the Pelican cases, like the two main ones.
If you got real money.
Yeah. They're the same price for the stickers, but the Pelican.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I was teasing. But anyways, on this one, it's probably covered in dust and whatever. Mm-hmm. But this is one I take them both. One's a backup, right? So this one has the USB connectors.
Yep.
This was before USB-C was popular. The other one is your cigarette, output. And then this other panel is just your power button, right? So it doesn't work unless this thing's turned on or off.
Yep.
So that's nice. I like this clickable one instead that on that other one, that touch button.
Yep.
That pressure switch will get you.
Yep. And that's
on this side.
Oh, you're not done yet. Sorry.
No, on this side I have power pole connector, right?
Right.
I could charge it in or out. So I could charge with my battery charger with the Anderson power poles, and that's where I plug my radio into. And then I put the old SA connector, your standard connector charger to it. So, it's kind of an old school one, but still works. And then on the inside, are some Yachty. I think they're 16 amp hours duals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have them crossed, like where they're not running together, right?
Oh, you don't have them in parallel?
No, I just put them side by side because I did one in here, and it did fine. I'm like, well, there's enough room. So what I do is if it starts running low, I just remove these spade connectors.
Okay.
And put them into there. And I could cross. I'm sure I could redo all the wiring to it.
Yeah, put them in parallel wouldn't be too hard to do.
It wouldn't be too hard, but it'd be something I had to do. But
yeah, no, your case
it's a good enough case. It'll do everything I need on ham radio for a week, right?
Yeah.
If both batteries are charged, it's good to go.
Yeah, that case inspired mine, where I got a similar layout.
Nice.
Yep, I got the Anderson power poles, and I got the same connector here, and this one will.
Yeah, that one's nice. That one is
So you can see I got the USB-A, USB-C, and the gauge all in one, and the power switch.
Look at that. That's fancy.
Yep. And over here, I got the old school cigarette lighter in there. And my thought was, because that's so universal, I use this for camping and stuff too. So
okay. So now I remember. It reminds me of this is Huntsville. That's why this thing's a little bit filthy. You'll see some dust up in the corners and stuff.
A lot of things get filthy.
Well, what happened was, Norm likes to light fires, right? My brother Norm.
Yeah, he's kind of a pyro.
So one thing that's good for the cigarette lighters is my air compressor or my mattress, pump. You know what I mean? Where you turn it on, it just blows up an air mattress. It's the Coleman air mattress pump.
Right on.
But it's also good to get a fire started if you want to blow a lot of air.
Oh, I never thought of that. That's a good idea.
So that's what I do is you plug it into your car, your truck or whatever, and you air up your air mattress, right? Or you can just pop it into right there and you just set it by your campfire. And, it's kind of the old fashioned, just, pumping, air into the fire to get started. And Norm's trying to, light up big fucking tree stumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's never gonna burn, right?
Yeah.
So you'll blow air on it and it'll get hot and it'll flame up for a while and then die out. And that's what happened. That was Huntsville this year. I'm trying to make a good fire, but never getting it going.
Oh, speaking of Huntsville, I do got. Oh yeah, you watched me book it on the internet, but I do have my campsite reserved, so I plan on being there. We'll have to plan out the road trip down and back.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Let's talk about the time off before or after.
Yeah,
because I like my favorite is taking off Friday. There's a lot of those guys that go to Huntsville and they like to go early in the week, take that week off, and then they go back to work like on Monday after Huntsville. I like to go Friday. I like driving Friday. Yeah, and then taking off the week after. That's great, right? Last year when you came, you had something going on, I think with your family, your sister or something. I can't remember.
That was like 2 years ago.
But yeah, that was just like a year ago. But anyways, I like taking off the week after to relax, right? So I'm working my ass off and I go to Huntsville. I'm like, okay, now it's time to have fun. And then I take a week off afterwards. Or, my kids and my wife, they're back at work and school. And I have my own time. So let's do an adventure, buddy.
Sure. We can work that out.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good camping between Alabama and Indiana and Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of camping in Wisconsin, it was just announced today. Michael KB9VBR has set the date and the location for the Wisconsin Ham Radio Campout.
For when?
First weekend in October, so it's like the second and third.
Oh, okay. So you guys just had one. Now he's playing in the next one, right?
Yeah, well, you got to.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the first weekend in October, so it wasn't too long ago. But yeah, he sent a group or what's the non-Discord thing that hams use, Groups.io or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I got the email alert where he announced it, and I think a good 10, 15 people have already booked their campsites on it, so it'll be fun. This live stream's tomorrow night at 7:00 Central, so it'll definitely be discussed then if anybody's interested.
Hey, you know what's something crazy? Talking with texting back and forth with Evan yesterday. It was crazy because me and Evan, we're buddies, but we're not like super close anymore, right?
Well, we're friends, busy. He can't be close to anybody, it seems like.
Yeah. But it's just, I was thinking about him. I was getting ready to message him. And he messaged me that night and it was just the craziest thing.
Oh.
But he was He was the guy that got me on the POTA. I never heard of POTA before him, right?
Yeah.
And he was the one that made me comfortable, doing POTA.
Yep.
It didn't take long. It took like a drunken weekend,
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, I know what you're doing now. Let's do it. That's when we did double activation stuff, right?
Right.
Can I share my screen?
Sure can.
How do I do that? Not that way.
I think if you go on the bottom, you got the microphone.
Yeah.
Then you got the camera.
Yeah.
And then you have the share screen.
The plus button.
Yep. And if you look down, you can,
the
share
screen.
Very bottom of the share screen. So click on that.
What am I sharing?
I don't know. You said, can I share something? I said, yeah.
Are we sharing something right? Am I sharing something at the moment?
No, I don't see nothing.
Okay, I don't know how to do it. But anyways,
well, don't let that stop you, son. Figure it out here.
No, I don't want to get anything. Not
if you hit the the TV screen with the plus, you click on that on the very bottom of the share screen. If you pick that, it'll pop up. And you can share a window or an entire screen.
Am I sharing right now?
No.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Let me get back. Let me get back to it. It was an email I got, the last day or two. Which is by, the POTA Nylander log assistant, Sean Penn. You know him?
Oh, yeah. I got that email. You're trying to share his email?
Yeah, I was trying to share his email. And
okay, I can do that. Give me a minute here.
Wait.
Give me a minute. I can do that.
You're a Nylander.
Yep.
Do you remember sending y'all your logs to this guy?
Oh yeah.
And he was the best.
Oh yeah, super
and
nice.
He had him up like really fast, right?
Yep. And he'd walk you through all your problems.
Oh yeah, he was fantastic.
I could not do that job. I would have been such an ass.
Yeah, I've been like, your shit's all fucked and it's gay.
Yeah. yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he was a real good guy.
Your shit's all fucked up. Oh god.
That's what you know what I mean? Because I send them a lot of effed up stuff, right?
Yeah. Because I don't know if I would say
I used to be like uploading manual logs.
Oh.
I was like typing in manual logs to an AIDF file,
Oh, I screw up so many things. Where is I don't see that email. I know I saw it.
It just came like yesterday.
Yeah. What the hell? I'm a little angry right now. Because I just saw it and it's not in my inbox. It's not in my delete. Oh, there it is. All right. Now. God, I can't believe people are still watching this.
Oh, I hope you don't watch it tomorrow. We're talking about battery boxes, guys. Look at this, that stupid cat. Now it's chilling out.
That's it right there.
Yeah, man, it's such a good email too.
Yeah,
love this guy.
Yeah, for those who aren't familiar with Parks on the Air, right now it's come a long way. When you do an activation, you can upload your your digital log right to their website. No fuss, no muss. It's been great. But back in the original days, you'd had to email it to one of the coordinators, each different what is it, the number designation area.
And it wasn't that long ago. It's like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Like,
if your ham radio call sign had a 9 in it, you'd send them to the Sean guy. And you send a log file to him. He'd go through it and upload it for you. If you had any problems, he'd go back and forth with this email. Basically, they've automated that process a year and a half ago now. It's been running smoothly, and you only contacted this guy if you had problems, and now you don't. And now they pretty much discontinued that service. He's been relieved of his duties, and he sent a very well written email to everybody that was pretty nice. So yeah, big shout to Sean Pine, great guy, very very patient, and
yeah, if he was sending me a personal email,
yep,
I'd have to imagine he's sending hundreds of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
Not the one that we all received, where he just
Oh no, when
everybody, but like he'd be like at Greg Miller.
Yeah.
This is what you messed up on.
Yep.
Let's figure it out.
Oh yeah, because they're
like he was super good,
super patient,
and guess what? Like it's like, yeah, he's not gonna do it anymore, right? He's lost his job to AI, but he wasn't getting paid for it. He wasn't getting paid for it, right? This was stuff he was doing on his off time. This guy in real life, I imagine he wasn't like flipping burgers. Like, I figure this guy's, the way he talks, the way he was, I know he's doing well, right?
Yeah. And then from the signature, he's involved with several ham radio clubs and stuff like that. So this is one of the many hats that he wore. And yeah, I can't imagine in the early days when it just started, and then boom, it becomes popular, and there's just this. Because about the time you and I got into it was right at the very beginning of the wave of once, Parks on the Air started to gain traction. So I imagine he had like an email here or there, and then all of a sudden, wow, people are making YouTube videos and doing club presentations on POTA, and people are actually doing it. And there was like a year or 6 months to a year span where it went from him getting a handful of emails a week to getting maybe dozens, if not hundreds a day. And then,
and I don't know if anybody notices, like, our call signs, I'm a KD9M, you're a KD9N.
Yep.
We're only a couple months apart.
Yep.
So that's the craziest thing too.
Oh yeah.
And that's one thing I love about you, Shane, is we got into the same reason. It's not because we're the most, we're not rocket scientists, like Norm.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
Well, he's a rocket engineer. I get it.
Yeah, he's a dick.
I'm not. Hang on a second. I gotta quick check on something. I'll be right back.
You got pee?
Yep, pretty much. And check on the birds.
Yeah.
So you slam a beer or something.
All right. You want me to sing a song? Duke of Earl, Duke of Earl, Duke of Earl. I'm singing the Duke of Earl, Shane. Nobody's watching your show. Does a quick fist.
Well, there was a commotion from the quail that I just got one rooster that was just nuts. But mainly, I wanted to grab a beer. And then
that's what that's the line and cool. Yeah, right there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to. If I can't even share my screen, I don't know how to share my screen.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
All right. If I click that, like, if there's like a screen with a plus.
Yep, click that.
And then it says share PDF, share file, share screen.
Yep,
That's it. And then it goes share screen and easiest with 2 monitors. It's a lot of stuff, right?
Well, there's.
Am I sharing a screen?
No. You click
I clicked it. God damn.
You click the share in the very bottom right-hand corner of that pop-up window when it gives you all the options to share.
Share screen. Use Chrome. Share screen works best on a good computer.
Well, there's your problem. You don't have a good computer.
My computer's fine.
Okay.
it's probably a pretty good. It's a Dell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's pretty good. It's like a 2017.
Well, like if it goes to window, you click on that tab and it should give you like the different windows you have open.
I'm sharing screen, right? Maybe I'm not clicking. Is there you're in the show?
Yeah. Well, you click on what you want and it highlights, then like on the very bottom of that pop-up screen there should be a share button. Click on share.
I forget what I was even trying to share. That's so stupid. No, I was gonna share some good shit. And I forgot about. Oh yeah, it's line at Google's.
Okay.
All right, so maybe you share your screen.
Here.
And look up something for me. Share your screen. Look up the line at Google's website.
Oh Jesus.
You know, here in Indiana, every time I get a line of Kugels, right? It's like the summer shandy. It's all I ever see. It's a summer shandy. It tastes like Pledge. I hate it.
I hate it too.
It's fucking gross. And then they have like the red, which is kind of a darker beer, right? And that's pretty good.
All right. So what am I looking up?
Line of Cool's website.
Like the Lions Lodge?
Yeah, you gotta put in your, you know, you gotta put, that's it. You gotta put in your birthday. You just make it up, right? You don't want to know who the government doesn't know who you are. Yeah. So go to beers and go to seasonal.
Yep.
And go to white mocha stout.
Oh wow! They used to have a snowdrift.
They used to have a rosé, but look at that can.
Yep.
If you're colorblind like me.
Oh, you're colorblind?
Like red, green colorblind, right? Browns, greens, reds, all that stuff kind of gets mixed up.
Uh-huh.
They have this at my liquor store right now. And I was like, that's original.
Oh, sure.
It's close to it, right?
Yep.
I'm like, hell yeah, finally we got it. And then I looked at it, it said mocha, white mocha stout. I'm like, no thanks.
Oh, they gave it a city F name. This used to be their snowdrift stout. It was seasonal this time of year. It was a stout beer that had a little bit of a chocolate and coffee taste to it. Excuse me. Yeah, chocolate with a little vanilla. It's a good beer, but they pussified the name of it. It used to be the Snowdrift Stout.
Yeah, this one, but that color, it looks like I was like Atlanta Cool's original.
Yeah,
I'm buying that because all I get, I get that Red October one or whatever it's called, and it's good, right?
yeah.
But I've never had a actual Leinenkugels.
Hey, you can buy a keg or a pony keg.
Hang on.
Yeah, the Oktoberfest is good stuff too. I like that.
Evan just messaged me. Asked him if he wants to come on.
Yeah, send him the link.
Yeah, well, I'll see. I'm sure he's not in his. He's probably on his phone, but it'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I haven't talked to that clown for a long time.
Hey, where's my goddamn radio, you son of a bitch? And then I'd say that's where's my radio at too? Dude, he's a fast messenger. Love the guy. We know he has, people have issues.
All right. Well, we went off the trail of. Well, we went down the power station route, then we went to the battery box, and now we're just BSing.
Yeah.
Do we have any? Yeah.
Hey, we forgot we're doing a show.
We kind of did, but that's all right. We didn't realize we started the show, so it ends in the same way. Is there really anything else to talk about, or should we just hop into a Discord and chillax for a while and not watch our language?
Man, those battery boxes look pretty nice.
Yeah,
it's easy, right? Like it was. Hey, Shane, did you ever watch Nothing Fancy on YouTube?
I used to a long time ago.
Yeah, he was the OG, right?
Oh yeah, he was an OG gun tuber.
But he's always kind of been, if you watch his stuff, it was always kind of like, the best bang for your buck on firearms. Yep. But he also did, hey, he was kind of an early prepper.
Yeah.
And he would do those Jackery boxes, right?
I don't remember. I might have tuned away from him before he got there. Because I just kind of lost interest in him for a while because
don't lose interest. Get back into it. And he's got another channel called Lieutenant Colonel.
Yeah.
Nothing Fancy, where he talks more about it, but he actually is more on Rumble these days.
Okay.
Because he's not, once they started banning guns on YouTube and monetizing, he's making his money. He's an Air Force pilot. He's a pilot. I don't know if you ever knew that, right?
Yep.
So he's doing well. And what he does with his videos is post shit on Patreon. So Patreon guys that, loved him from 15 years ago, like I did,
Right on.
But he does all that kind of stuff. Like
yeah, I know he used to do a lot like Smoking Ape too, with back in the day before he went more into ham radio, when he was just like Nothing Fancy, like the talking hands stuff, where he did gear review stuff like Benchmade knives and Spyderco knives and Apache cases.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of shit.
Yep.
I like watching old Smoking Ape videos. They're funny.
Oh yeah.
I still love the best one from the Ham Radio Clubhouse where he talked about the flat Earth.
Oh yeah,
that's one. They still have that clip on there. Like if you go to the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, where he goes, you need to find Jesus, son,
yeah.
or whatever.
He calls them heathens.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
It was so good. It was so good.
Smoking Ape, when he gets rolling, he should have been a stand-up comic. I mean, that one, what was it? Was it I get the two main ham radio conventions. Was it Hamvention or Hamcation or whatever? Or he's just like basically doing it's like somebody else's video, and this is the old passing by, and oh, here's the Smoking Ape, and he just kind of goes into a routine. And they asked him, whoever was doing the video, I can't remember if it was like, it must have been like T.O. or one of the other coffee and ham guys at the time, but they asked him, what's the best thing you've seen at the convention so far? And he says, there's a stand down the road that makes a mean ass pork sandwich or something like that. And he went on this whole rant on the pork sandwich. So you even want to
get those guys, I did get that pork chop sandwich.
Yeah.
It was like $12, right?
I have no idea, but you just started.
No, it was like $12, and it's a big meaty sandwich.
Yeah. But
and,
just you think at the same mention is like this pork sandwich.
You go, where you're at, Shane. Where do you go watch a baseball game? The Brewers?
No, I've never been to Milwaukee for a Brewers game. I've been to a couple of Twins games over in Minneapolis. That's closer to me.
So you go to one of those games, you get a hot dog now.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous.
$12.
Yeah, but you get the same one at Dayton, Hamvention Hamvention, Dayton. You get a big pork chop sandwich for $12, and they'll fill you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Well, we keep going, bouncing back and off on the battery boxes. One of my rare winter projects is I'm going to get a couple more Apache cases. So I just found out that there is a Harbor Freight like 45 minutes from me now.
Awesome. That's dude. I live in the middle of nowhere, and I have one that's right next to me at work, 20 minutes away. And it's been there for 2 years. And I'm like, you're seriously putting a Harbor Freight here? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what it was before the Harbor Freight? Gettyland. Mr. Getty's land. Oh yeah. You have Mr. Getty's there?
No, I never heard of it.
Oh my.
You know what?
It was buffet pizza.
Okay.
And they had arcade games. So it's like Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese?
It was like Chuck E. Cheese with fucking better pizza and better games.
Okay.
Arcade games,
Sure.
But growing up, to me, like when I first moved here, 10, 11 years ago, there was Gettyland.
Okay.
And we're like, hell yeah, there's Gettyland. And we had fun. And then I actually got down here and moved, and it was like out of business. I'm like,
have you seen, like, the Fat Electrician and Fat Files? Did you see his video? I think it's on the Fat Files where he did a video on Chuck E. Cheese.
What where they arrest Chucky?
No, he just did a video on the whole Chuck E. Cheese, how it started and everything.
No, I didn't do that.
All right, we're gonna hop into the Discord and we're gonna watch it together in a few minutes here because it is just hilarious. But my theory, now that you bring up Harbor Freights are popping up all over, I think like you have your Walmart and Target, then you have your Dollar Tree and Dollar General who pop up everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Harbor Freight's the Dollar Tree of the big box hardware stores. You got your Lowe's, you got your Home Depot, you got your Menards, and you got Harbor Freight. And Harbor Freight's going to pop up in more places. So that's my theory. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming because I know Harbor Freight for 20 years. And and there was one, and then around here now there's two. They're not popping up real fast.
Oh, they're going to. They're going to start. They're going to be the Dollar Tree of the home improvement store.
Oh man, I can only wish.
You see my lot? I just thought of it right now. Hear me out.
Yeah, here is Notre Dame predicting the future.
Yep, there you go. Harbor Freight's going to be the Dollar Tree of the home improvement stores. They're just going to pop up everywhere. But
all right, fellas.
Before I sidetracked myself, I want to get a few more. I want to rebuild, like the one where I got drill marks over. I got better techniques, and I want to make this one a little bit better. But I want to rebuild these over the winter and maybe make another one or two. So,
yeah, right. I think I need to rebuild mine. Just to get USB-C connection instead of just two USB-A's, you know?
Yep.
Or USB-B's or A's or whatever the fuck they are. The originals, the OGs.
The OGs.
USB-C's.
All right. Well, we'll do that. All right. Let's end the stream and let's watch some Fat Electrician because I want to show you that. You'll laugh your ass off.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Everybody, go screw.
See ya. Bye.